Hello, everyone, and welcome. Good afternoon. My name is Grace Murray. I'm delighted you have joined us for this meditation and mindfulness session from the Freer and Sackler Galleries, Smithsonian's National Museum of Asian Art. We are back with our fall art-based meditations on Fridays at noon. So we have Philip Bender here to lead our session today and introduce us to a beautiful work of art from the museum collection. Starting next week, for the month of October, we'll be looking at artworks from our Hokusai exhibition currently on view in the Freer Gallery. That's called Hokusai Mad About Painting. And if you're in the Washington, D.C. area, we hope you will come down and take a look. We will have curator Frank Feltens here on October 8th to give a talk about one of the works in that exhibition. So we hope you'll continue to join us for these sessions. And without further ado, I'll turn it over to Phil to get us started with our art-based meditation today.
Thank you so much, Grace, for that introduction. It's my pleasure to join you this Friday. As many of you know, I usually offer the Wednesday practice, and it's my great pleasure to join you on occasional Fridays with now a return to an art-focused practice. So over the next half hour, I'll be offering some words and some guidance to help us slip into meditation and be able to view the work. But as you may notice, we don't have a curator with us today. And so while you are more than welcome, in fact, I'll invite you to provide some comments and questions in the chat. I am not qualified to answer questions about the history of the work or the techniques used. If you do have questions about that, you're certainly welcome to ask, but anything that comes out of my mouth relative to that, I wouldn't trust that as a professional opinion. But what I can do is hopefully draw us into an inner environment that allows us to view the work in an open in a fresh way. And I must say, it is really wonderful to come together this Friday and to slow down together. This Friday being the first Friday of fall in the Northern Hemisphere. And while it's quite interesting to me that nature is providing clues of the big slowdown of winter to come, the temperatures are cooling a bit, the leaves are changing color. The human world in fall oftentimes is ramping up its activities. And for many, with the school year beginning, there's a sense of children being more active, right? More people on the road, getting back to work perhaps after a vacation. Certainly more activities and obligations to attend to. And with all of that comes the required communication via email and text and phone. There's no seeming end to all the things that might fill our time, saturating our lives with busyness. Now, it's in these busy times where stress might build and perhaps even a little irritation, anxiety might perk up. It's in these times and moments that we might find, in fact, a moment or see these moments as a kind of pointer that indeed the stress, the busyness are clues, indicators for us to take a moment to pause, take a breath, come back to the silent stream of presence that flows in all of us. Now, for some, that's found in movement arts like Tai Chi or going for a walk. Maybe you find it mowing the lawn. Or we might find it through formal practice, right? Through breath practice or other meditation techniques. Or we might find it in nature as she brings in the morning calm, the rising and setting sun, the full moon. And for many, and maybe you are one of these people, the unhurried heart of mindful awareness is found on the water, in a boat, on the streams and rivers and lakes of the world, on these beautiful bodies of water that nourish us and nourish our souls. So my invitation to you today will be to bring forward at some point an imagined lake, a still lake of the mind, to see that surface of the lake and see how that might imbue you with that quality, reminding us all of the mindful center of still awareness. Before we get to that, we'll have a little breath work, and then we'll settle in from that mindful place and take a look at the work together. All right, so that's my simple plan. Let's get to it. So if you would now find a comfortable position, perhaps a seated posture would be best today, but if you are apt to lie down, you're certainly welcome to do that, especially as we prepare ourselves for the viewing. Now, the way I'd like to approach this is as we get comfortable, sensing the head, neck, and trunk aligned. And traditionally, that means the spine is free away from the back of a chair. But if that's not suitable for you, you're more than welcome to rest back. But from here, let's rub the hands together a little bit, create a little heat in the hands. And once you feel that sensation building, the kind of vibratory quality, the warmth in the hands, then close the eyes and place the hands on your face. And sense the warmth from the hands touching into the face. And then gently begin to massage the forehead with the finger pads. So with your fingers making small circles, massage the forehead up to the hairline. When you reach the hairline, then go out wide, down toward the temples. Little by little, we're augmenting sensation so that we might be in touch with sensation underneath the busy thinking mind. Then come down to the cheekbones. Feel those cheekbones and glide your fingers along them, gently massaging underneath the eyes, and then around and above the eyes, the bony orbits, the eyebrows. And then glide your fingers down the outside of the nose to the mouth, massaging these muscles around the corners of the mouth, underneath the lip. To the chin, and then back along the jawline, and see if you can touch behind the ears. Find that soft, fleshy place behind and below the ears where the jaw meets the throat. And follow the bony skull to the back of the head. And if it's possible, reaching the neck, gently massaging the back of the neck. Peeling back layers of tension through touch. Then eventually glide the fingers along the jawline again, bringing the hands to cover the face one more time. The soft face, a model for the rest of the body as we lower the hands to our legs and lap or by our sides. Just as we set aside the tension of our face, set aside the cares of the day. Rest underneath thinking, trusting sensation. Now, with your eyes closed, bring your attention to the very center of your head. Your inner gaze, about eye level, looking through the head. And imagine that you're gazing across the surface of a still lake. Perhaps you can see it, feel its presence. The lake of the mind, tranquil, pristine, still. Be with the stillness of the lake. If a distracting thought arises, consider it a momentary interruption, a ripple that will dissipate as you return to stillness. Now, in the presence of this still lake, allow your subtle breath to glide across its surface. Simple breath sweeps the surface of the mind. Breath sweeps mind. Now bring your attention to your eyelids, heavy and relaxed. Very gently begin to open the eyes, gaze soft, and sense that you're looking out the bottom half of your eyes. While resting your eyes in this way, invite your vision to be open, the peripheral field expansive and relaxed. Meanwhile, wordlessly take in these three images of life on the river. Now we'll return to the first image and see what for you supports inner calm, the unhurried presence of awareness. And from that vantage point, let's take a closer look at a few details of this image. Boat on the river. We'll back out again. Reacclimate your attention to open, unhurried awareness. The still lake of the mind. And see what supports it as we move to the next image. Interesting details appear on the shore. Life on the river is not only on the water. Certainly, water is central. When you're present with unconditional, unhurried awareness, perhaps new things come alive for you. And notice indeed as you look at this work, where does your attention go? What speaks to you? Is it the water itself? or the vegetation that you look through, or the central figure of the fisherman. Let's move on to another image. So many things to see in this panel. On the shore again, wood gatherers, or beautiful vegetation. Once again, established in unconditional awareness, we take in a little bit different scene. A gathering. What details come alive here? Social event with beverages, music from a flute, children and elders. Let's move on to the last panel. Once again, allowing the artist's vision to reacclimate our awareness of awareness itself. The unhurried life of the river. The open water. The beautiful vista. Slowly moving through the water. An elderly man. Life on the river just as rich and complex as our own, yet with pockets of stillness that remind us of our own unhurried presence. Our inner selves that are open, unconditionally present. Now take in this last panel. And allow your inner vision, your inner stillness to meet its stillness. May they nourish each other. May we have a taste of the wisdom attributed to Lao Tzu. The person who acts in stillness finds stillness in life. The person who acts in stillness finds stillness in life. My friends, to close our close attending, our close viewing, I encourage you now to place your left hand on your heart, your right hand on top, and to bow to one another in peace. Peace. Peace.